live here in just a second. And 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pigskin Mafia podcast. I am your host, TJ Riddell, and here with me is a man that I've been up and down the roads of Moody, Texas with. We got to spend time together in Waco, Texas. Call him family, but y'all know him as Kaleb Wilburn. How you doing, buddy?
Just getting over being sick, but I'm back, and I think I'm on the back end of it now. So, but yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. I'm ready to talk football.
Heck yeah, me too, man. I'm real excited about football, man. Especially NFL football, which we got a game tonight, so we got to cover that after we get done talking about Week 10. So those of y'all that don't know, the title's right there. Week 10 recap, Week 11 predictions. And TJ, why are you wearing a beanie, huh? Well, if you guys don't have me on Facebook, there it is. Okay? Yeah. Just laugh it up, guys.
First cut.
Yeah. Fresh cut, G. You know what I'm saying?
Back in the Navy, boy.
Dude, it looks like my P-Day picture, man. I'm not even going to lie. But enough of me talking about my Mr. Clean look and looking like a damn egg. Let's talk about last week, man. We'll go over a couple of games since we're going to be running short on time today. Let's go ahead and talk about the Panthers and Falcons, man. What do you think about the Panthers and Falcons game last week?
Yeah, so I picked actually I ended up picking the Falcons to win this one. So it was kind of a shocker to me because I just thought maybe they had the upside. But I mean, yeah, it's not much to talk about in that game. I didn't really watch any of it, honestly. So, but yeah, to be honest, I don't even know who the quarterback was. Who was it? Was it Philip Walker again, or did they go Baker? Or
It
what?
was PJ Walker.
Okay,
PJ Walker
so
was the guy.
yeah, they got the win. Whatever. Move on.
Yeah, for sure.
Deontay Foreman, I
But
guess I can pick on him. He's played really well when he's gotten the chance.
yeah, for sure. And
Texas hook 'em horns, baby.
Yeah, hook 'em horns, baby. Represent. The reason why I have to eat octopus tomorrow on Facebook Live, which is gonna fucking suck. But anyway, yeah, for the Atlanta side, I was really shocked the way they lost this game too. And Mariota, he had a very impressive throw in that game. I don't know if you saw it, but it was like a NCAA 14 glitch. But he ended up throwing 19 for 30, 186 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. PJ Walker had 10 for 16, 108 passing yards. Mariota also ran the ball for 3 carries and 43 yards in that game. But big win for the Panthers, but I don't think they're going to the playoffs. But yeah, I was very shocked. I picked the Falcons on that one too.
Mm-hmm.
What's your next game?
You want to just go touch on? I mean, we could touch on each one of these games. Just have a little something to say if you want. I'll go ahead and hit the next game. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so we got
you
the
go with
Seahawks
your next game, and I'll go with mine.
The Seahawks and the Buccaneers game. This game was played in England, right?
You're wrong. It played in Deutschland.
Well, whatever. The same thing. But anyways, it was an exciting game. I watched most of this game, and it was a good game. I actually picked the Buccaneers to win, even though I do like the Seahawks. So whatever. It was a close game, good hard fought game. Starting to see Gino come back down to earth, but he still played a really good game. 23 of 33 and 275 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that's a pretty good stat line. But yeah, Tom Brady just didn't outplay him, but it was a good game back to back. He had 22 of 29 and 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. But that doesn't say what else had happened in this game. What is it? Rashawn White, is that the running back for the Buccaneers?
Yes.
So yeah, he got 22 carries, 105 yards. Rashad White. He's seeming to be a breakout player at the running back position over Leonard Fournette, which is a shocker in my opinion. So that's really all I got for this game, man. It was a good game.
Yeah, I mean Julio Jones too. I mean he had a banger of a touchdown. I don't know if you saw that. The very first touchdown of the game.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, it was a nice one. Yep.
Yeah. So my next game, that I really wanted to touch base on, the Vikings and the Bills. I did pick the Vikings to win this game, and
it was a great game.
Fucking phenomenal game, man. I fucking loved it.
The fucking QB sneaks were so annoying to me. I know they had Josh Allen on the 1 yard line on that QB sneak, but in my head I was like, dude, just fucking throw the ball, just sell that bitch out of bounds or something, just to kill some time because you had 3 downs.
Kill some clock.
Had 3 downs. You had 3 downs to get. You didn't have to do what? And of all quarterbacks, you would think he wouldn't fumble the ball on a 1 yard run, and it just so happened to happen, and the game went on to go in overtime. So it's crazy.
And talk about Justin Jefferson. I mean, I know you personally don't like him, but on the field, might want to consider him.
As a person, yeah. But he's made an argument that he is maybe the best wide receiver this year. I mean, let's just definitely so far this year, you could definitely make a statement on it. But
yeah, he's definitely chasing Tyreek Hill on that receiving yardage. But
yeah,
I mean, he's definitely killing it this year. And that one hand catch with the armband or the arm sleeve in his gloves is in the Hall of Fame. It's in the Hall of Fame, folks. So congratulations to Justin Jefferson.
They need to check that man. They need to check that man's gloves. That was psychotic. That was so psychotic, man.
That was put this up. I'll put this out there. I think it was better than OBJ's catch. I really do think so because it was defended. Better defended, I might say.
Speaking of that, we've had some really good catches this season. You had that one George Pickens catch, which was kind of similar to Odell Beckham, but it was like a sideways. I thought that
it was a sideways one, and
I actually find that one to be a little more impressive than OBJ's was, which is, kind of crazy to say because George Pickens, I don't think he's ever going to live up to a number 1 wide receiver as like OBJ did, but I think he's going to be a good solid number 2. But yeah, man, we've had some great football this year. A lot of spectacular plays from the wide receiver position, making a statement that maybe wide receivers are the way to go. And, if you have a number 1 and heck, a number 2, who knows? We could probably see that value go up in the wide receiver position. Yeah,
for sure. And then Kirko Chains, man. I mean, he did have 2 picks in this game, but my God, he threw 50 attempts out of 30. Or he completed 30 out of 50 with 357 passing yards. It was a shootout between Allen and Cousins. They both threw for 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. But Dalvin Cook, man, top 5 running back in my opinion. 14 carries, 119 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, and like I said,
from the eye test, definitely I would say Dalvin Cook. He's not in the top 5 in rushing right now, but it doesn't care to say that he won't be in the top 5 if he's stays healthy.
For sure.
But yeah, from the eye test, just the way he runs the ball and his explosiveness, he definitely. I mean, he's really fast and he can run you over as well. So he can just do it all. He's just a great running back to have on the team.
Yeah, and also Justin Jefferson had a spectacular game. I'm pretty sure it's no surprise. 10 receptions, 193 yards, 1 touchdown. And then Stephon Diggs, 12 receptions, 128 receiving yards, but just couldn't get the tutty. Josh Allen, though, he had over 414 yards total offense, 330 passing and 84 rushing. So, and Josh Allen got hurt a little bit in that game, too. I don't know if you noticed. But I think Sean McDermott needs to settle down on trying to use Allen too much.
And
Don't
not
you
to
think that
mention,
as well?
I mean, and not to mention, man. I mean, if you're gonna point at somebody that lost the game, it was Josh Allen. Like now, granted, he makes some spectacular plays, and their success goes through him. But at the same time, with those, I think what was it, 2 interceptions?
Yeah,
He
two
had the two
interceptions.
interceptions, and he had 3 total turnovers, including that fumble on the 1 yard line. I mean, you could definitely say, and he probably knows it. I mean, can't win a game if you're turning the ball over as much as he did today or on Sunday.
Yeah.
So he's definitely the fault. I mean, it was a great game, great, definitely full of highlights, but yeah, he kind of sold the game for him. Kept the Vikings in the game.
Yeah. Hey, Skull!
No.
Skull! All right. What's your next game, brother?
Okay, let's go down the list here, boys. Okay, so this was another close game, Detroit and Chicago. Okay,
What the
so we have
fuck?
31-30 here. I actually picked the Lions to win this game by 3, so I was pretty close on that. I didn't know they were going to score this much, but the funny thing is, Detroit Lions, man, they are a team that can score a lot of points, which is shocking because looking at their
Yeah.
roster. Now, granted, Jared Goff played a decent game. Justin Fields, really kind of underwhelming, but he did have a lot of rushing yards, which is like what? I'm looking at this right now. I actually forgot he had over 100 yards rushing. 13
Yeah.
carries for 147 yards, 2 touchdowns. I saw some of the highlights, and it's like, wow, teams really gotta be scared of this guy when he's running the ball.
Yeah, for sure. And then you got I'm on St. Brown with 10 receptions,
Dude,
119
you know who he
receiving
reminds
yards.
me of? His like the way he plays and stuff.
Yeah.
He reminds me of either like no, I couldn't say Steve Smith, but a Hines Ward. You know what I'm saying? He's got those good
Ooh.
hands, pretty good route runner, and he just does everything
Yeah.
for the team. He blocks, he does everything for the team. He's under like no one thought he would be this good. So his work ethic and his inspiration to be the best wide receiver in the league is showing, and he's done a great job.
Yeah. I mean, he's a hell of a talent, man. I saw him when he played for USC. I mean, I knew he's going to be a pretty decent talent going into the draft when he did. But man, what a win for the Lions, dude. I mean, this is a statement win for Detroit. The Motor City Cats, they're ready to fucking pounce, dude.
Yeah, they're 3-6 now. I mean, in every game it seems they've been in it. So it's if they can come up 500 here, that'd be a win for this organization, I'd say. So
No shit. I mean, look at the past 50 to 60 years that they've had to deal with. They had the best running back in their time, and they couldn't win a playoff game with them. They couldn't win a Super Bowl. They couldn't even win a divisional championship with him, you know?
right.
So I feel like with Matt Campbell being there, it really helps out this Detroit Lions team into believing that they can actually play against these teams.
I agree, man. And the Lions, I mean, when's the last time they won a playoff game? Let alone when's the last time they went to the playoffs? What was it?
God, they went to
10
the
years ago?
playoffs, but they
I
went
don't
to the
even remember.
playoffs, I believe, in 2016, but or no, 2014, I believe, and they lost to the Cowboys.
Is that when they had Reggie Bush
I believe so. I
and they
believe
got
so.
knocked out in the first round? So yeah, man, it's just been ugh, it's been a rocky road the last 20 years for this team. 30 maybe.
Shit, 50, 60, you know. But let's move
On to the
on and
next
talk.
one, boy.
I'm gonna skip the Broncos and Titans game. I don't think we need to talk about that game at all. But I'm gonna go with the Jaguars and the Chiefs. I mean, the Jaguars are in the same similarity as the Detroit Lions. You know, they got Dougie Peterson, who's coaching for them for the first year after having a horrendous year with Urban Meyer. Mahomes did throw 4 touchdown passes, but this Jaguars team looks pretty strong for a 30 or 3-7 team. I mean, T-Law is starting to come into effect. He didn't make any mistakes. 29 for 40, 259 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. ETN had an off game, 11 carries, 45 yards. But Christian Kirk, man, 9 receptions, 105 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. I would watch out for the Jaguars in the future. I'm not talking about like right now. I'm talking about in the next 2 to 3 years. They might be a very, very difficult team to beat.
And next year I think it is. They're going to be getting Ridley, so that'd be something right there.
Yes. That
He's
makes
still pretty
things
young.
even worse for
Now, granted,
teams
we
in the
haven't seen
AFC
him
South.
play in 2 years, so but I mean the guy was great.
But Patrick Mahomes, being the GOAT for this generation, 26 for 35, 331 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Wow.
I wasn't really impressed with the Chiefs in this game. I was more impressed with the Jaguars, honestly.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice game, close. I'm very intrigued by this running back Pacheco. He's should have not got opportunities as much as he has, but Clyde Hilaire has been hurt on and off for the last 2 seasons, honestly. Can't seem to stay healthy, and this guy Pacheco coming in, another drafted free agent. Oh man, he runs hard.
Oh, for sure, man.
He outran ETN here, which is ETN was a top 5
pretty
running back.
Impressive stat. Yeah.
As far as rushing yards.
But next game, who do you got?
All right, I'm gonna do the old skipperoo too. I do not want to talk about the Cleveland Browns. Right. And you know what? I'll shine a little bit of light on the Texans just because I'm a big running back guy, and it's fun to see. It's fun to see Damon Pierce come into the top 5 rushing for running backs right now. He just jumped in over Etienne this past week. And then Saquon Barkley, as I said, I called it. He's going to have a bounce back year here, and he's been able to stay healthy. That's the key. I mean, when he's healthy, we see him do his best. Now, granted, he did kind of take a step back last year, and then he got injured. But now you see him full force. He's been able to just recover, and he's this offense, and everybody else is kind of just there. So, yeah, I mean, he had 35 carries, which is a lot of carries this day and age. Getting, 25 carries is a lot for this day and age. So, 152 yards for Barkley, touchdown. But, yeah, the Giants are going to go and win this one. I picked the Giants winning this one. I'm just, Texans just don't have it yet. I think Davis Mills has definitely played better than I expected, but I'm just not really sold on it. But yeah, Damon Pierce, man, he runs hard. The only thing is for him, he needs to just carry the ball a little bit better. He is one of those aggressive running backs that likes to swing his arms when he's running.
Yeah.
It just tends to happen. It happened with Adrian Peterson when he'd get a little too aggressive and there would be a fumble there. So, he's going to get smarter, and I think the carrying for him will be a little bit better the next coming year. I think he's just trying to really show out his running ability, and he's done great.
Yeah, I mean, I love Damon Pierce. I mean, he's a hell of a back, and he's a rookie playing at this level right now. I mean,
been a good running back class, man.
It's a fucking phenomenal running back class this year. I mean,
guys that we didn't expect, like Pacheco, it's been a good running back class.
Yeah, good God. Like, we thought it was going to be a defensive draft this year, but we're talking about running backs this year. And Davis Mills, I mean, he's improving each game, I believe. And the Texans, they're another team to watch out for in the future. Yeah, they're losing games left and right, but they're losing very competitively.
Yeah. Defense has played a lot better too. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty similar to the Detroit Lions of last year. They bring in a lot of pressure on these teams. Even for a Giants team that's 7-2 right now, they brought the heat to them. They brought the heat to the Eagles, which we'll talk about them here shortly. But man, how are the Giants doing? They're doing pretty fucking phenomenal. And if you ask me, I think they're one of the few teams that can beat Philadelphia this season.
Yeah, and I keep saying that the Cowboys are better, but that might just be a biased opinion, man, at this point.
Yeah, which we'll be talking about that game. Another reason why I'm bald. But
You got the next one.
next one I'm going to talk about. I will skip to this game because all these fucking haters, you know me, I will call them out. Joy Taylor from First Take has hated on this guy because he got an interim head coaching job for the Indianapolis Colts. They wanted to play the race card. They wanted to play all this bullshit that has nothing to do with the interim head coaching job. All that means is, hey, we just got a guy that will rally the guys into winning games. Well, y'all sorry motherfuckers don't realize how good Jeff Saturday is at coaching because he's 1-0. Yeah, he played against a banged up, bruised Raiders team that he said they were fucking horrible on Twitter. But did you notice?
He said they look horrible.
They do look horrible. But did you notice the paradigm shift between the Colts with Frank Wright and then the Colts with Jeff Saturday? I'm asking you, Caleb. Like, did you notice how different they are from when they had Frank Wright?
I didn't watch the whole game play by play here, so I can't really say much. But I mean, everybody came in and played a good game. Matt Ryan played well, very, 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 conservative, but did not turn the ball over, and he's just got the ball out and made some good completions. Then Jonathan Taylor had arguably his best game of the year. So everybody seems to be kind of up and rally for him.
Yeah. And then Campbell had
a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Sucks to be Devontae Adams, though. Tell you that much. It looked like the grass was greener on the other side, and it just ain't looking like it at the point.
Yeah. But I will say this. For those that are still hating on Jeff Saturday because, yeah, he's friends with Jim Irsay, but he was a fucking counselor for the Indianapolis Colts. He played for the Colts for 13 seasons, 14-year vet, Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler. But you motherfuckers that want to say, oh, the Colts organization's racist. Y'all are fucking stupid for even saying that, for one. For two, it's an interim head coaching job. It's not a guaranteed fucking job, whether he wins or not. We've seen it in the past. Motherfuckers do well as an interim head coach, and they don't stay. It just fucking happens.
Right.
But I'm happy for that's what it ultimately is. It's a respect thing. They bring the guy up
that they respect the most. That's what they did with the Texans with that one guy.
Yeah.
So, which I can't remember his name.
But, it's the same way with Oklahoma last season when Lincoln Riley decided to go to USC. They brought in Bob Stoops, who left the college football game for quite some time, and Lincoln Riley took over. So Bob Stoops came in for the bowl game and coached a hell of a game, but you don't see him coaching for the Oklahoma Sooners anymore. He's coaching fucking XFL now. He's done with that college shit. He'll support the Sooners, but he's done with college shit. You never know with Jeff Saturday. He may stay, he may not. But I commend Jeff Saturday for taking on this role and actually helping this team win a game. They move on to 4-5-1, and the Raiders, man, they're hurting right now. Derek Carr crying in the press conference. Devontae Adams is not happy. It just seems like the whole mood for Las Vegas is just like, man, fuck this shit. We're losing.
I feel you, man. It's definitely not what we expected. The whole AFC West is just not what we expected.
A fucking disappointment. But
it's definitely been
Just like this next game, right? You got this game, right?
Yeah, I'll
because
go ahead and go over the stats. You can kind of rant on the situation of the football game here. So yeah,
okay,
we got the Packers against the Cowboys here, and the Packers end up winning in overtime, 31-28. A very close and exciting game as well. Obviously, me and you were Cowboys fans, so we watched the play by play. Good game here. You had Dak. He threw the ball 46 times, so I'm sure he had to rest that arm after the game. But only 265 yards, so not a good game for old Dak. Now, granted, he had 3 touchdowns, but he also had 2 interceptions. And if you go back and watch those 2 interceptions, you could point the finger at him. You could point the finger at the tight end. You can point the finger at CeeDee Lamb. It really just
yeah,
don't matter. It's still a turnover, and you're going to lose the game, and that's just how it goes. Aaron Rodgers
yeah,
here, you had 14-20, pretty much the opposite of game. The dude had 224 yards, literally almost had the same amount as Dak Prescott on yards with only 20 attempts and 6 incompletions. So a great game from Rodgers here, 3 touchdowns. I mean, for God's sakes, can we not just give him the MVP for this game at least? But anyways, Tony Pollard had a great game. I mean, he's had a great year. This has probably been his best year, just showing that he could be a number 1 running back. 22 carries for 115 yards and a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott did miss this game with that knee injury he has at the moment. I think he'll be back next week, hopefully, if not the week after. And then we got Aaron Jones here, 24 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown. So really good game for the running backs for this game. And you had CeeDee Lamb, 11 receptions and 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. So great game from CeeDee. He started to break out towards the end there. And then we got a guy, Christian Watson, a rookie, a 4 reception game and 107 yards for 3 touchdowns. So good God. I mean, pretty much every time he touched the ball, he was either dropping it or scoring a touchdown. So, what do you do about that? And apparently people get injured and just straight up lose the whole Christian Watson and don't tend to press the man when he runs a 4-3. But I'll let you do all the rant, man, because you do that better. So here you go.
yeah. Thank you for giving me this spotlight. Why the fuck are the Cowboys secondary not pressing that motherfucker for one? That bitch came from fucking the school from the deaf and the fucking blind, and the motherfucker doesn't know how to catch a fucking wide open pass. So how the fuck did he get 107 yards? 107 yards on a fucking good defense. And you don't fucking press him.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers was
fucking touchdowns out of 4 receptions.
Aaron Rodgers was throwing dimes.
What the fuck?
He was throwing dimes over the breadbasket. All he had to do was catch it like this. It's not hard to catch. Anytime he had to catch the ball like this, he'd drop it. We saw it. We saw it every time. All he had to do is throw a little floaters to him, and he'll catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? You look like
you're the reason why I'm bald, Dallas. You're the fucking reason why. I want compensation. God damn it. Fuck. But instead, we're gonna play to the level of our opponents. Okay.
Dude, did what's his name even catch the ball? Alan Lazard? Hold on, let me check.
Yeah, he had 3 or 4 catches in that game.
3 or 4.
Sammy Watkins had 3 catches. He had 3 catches.
Yeah, but
both of them had less than 50 yards.
Yeah, I just don't understand this. Like, I know Anthony Brown was playing a good job when he got injured, it was that other guy. I think he's a rookie or something like that. Just
I don't give a fuck what he is.
He didn't know what he was doing. He could not cover the man. And for the fact that we couldn't, I mean, I don't understand what we were doing. We were playing man, but at the same time, if we're gonna play man, you might as well
fucking zone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're playing man, you have to just press him and see what he can do about the press. It will take longer, and Aaron Rodgers, we have a good pass rush. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't we just press him, and it takes longer for him to get the ball out?
Yeah, put a fucking nickel on Christian Watson, press his ass, put his ass on the fucking grass, and problem solved. Put some pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Where was the
Terrible.
fucking pressure?
I guarantee you, and I'm being honest, he's not going to have a game this good for the rest of the season. I'm going to just say that right now.
I don't fucking doubt it. I really don't fucking doubt it.
I'll shave my head if he has a game over 100 yards for the rest of the
Wait,
year.
who?
No, I'm kidding. I won't do that.
No. You fucking said it. I had to fucking do it.
No.
I had to fucking do it. You gotta fucking do it. I said the Cowboys and the fucking Longhorns would beat TCU and Green Bay. I fucking lost. I was a one-chip challenge away from losing, but thank God Israel Adesanya sucks. He doesn't really suck, but anyway, yeah. So where was the fucking pressure on Rodgers at? There was no fucking pressure whatsoever.
Well,
I mean, there was, but
quick. He gets the ball out quick. He's one of the quickest getting rid of the ball, So
quick draw Rodgers. Come on, man.
If you just press all the wide receivers, we were playing this man zone shit where we just sagging off, and then all he has to do is just do a little crossing route and he gets open. He runs a 4-3. He's fast. That's his thing. He's fast.
Drop the fucking linebackers out there so they can fuck his ass up, It's fucking bullshit. And we got one sack, and that was DeMarcus Lawrence. Okay? I love me some D-Law, but get some Micah Parsons in there.
Yeah, they stopped him. I ain't gonna lie. He had a lower class game on that.
What the fuck, man? I mean, I was really pissed off at that game.
Ultimate trap game. What do you expect? Mike McCarthy versus Aaron Rodgers, and let's be honest, Aaron Rodgers deserves that one.
Yeah, fucking fat fuck McCarthy wants to stuff cheeseburgers while fucking Aaron Rodgers and Christian Watson scoring all over their fucking defense.
Dude, and just to be honest, just think of this. And I'm a big Aaron Rodgers guy, and people just think, like, I've already said it, I think he's like the best quarterback I've ever seen. And now he's older and he has some shit games at times, but he's older, okay? Let's calm down. Now, Tom Brady has crap games every now and then, but not usually. So you could say he's the best just because of his, resume and all that shit. But this guy would have went 16 for 20 if Christian Watson didn't have those two drops that were just straight in his face.
Yeah.
16 for 20, bro. And he would have had more yards. 20. He would have had like 265 yards with Dak. And he only throwing the ball 20 times. Dak threw the ball almost 50 fucking times, bro. That's terrible. That is very inefficient play. Very inefficient.
Yeah. Inefficient and very inconsistent play from what I see with the Cowboys, And I had a feeling about this fucking game, but my fucking gut told me the fucking Cowboys are going to end up winning. Boy, was my fucking gut wrong. I should have listened to my fucking brain and picked the fucking Packers because fucking Dallas is overrated. I'm a fan. I love Dallas, but we're fucking overrated, dude. We play garbage ass teams and we play up to their level, or we play down to their level. But when we play against good teams like Philadelphia, what the fuck are we supposed to do, And then Tampa Bay too. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Fucking ridiculous, man. But
yeah. But let's go ahead and touch on the other ones, boys.
I'm done ranting about that game. I actually needed to shave my head, so thank you, Dallas. But I need some compensation for that and for using my name on your fucking helmets. But anyway, next game I'm going to talk about is the Sunday night game. This will be my last game for the Week 10 recap. You got the last one, bud. Christian McCaffrey in the 49ers pick up a big dub over the Los Angeles Chargers. I did pick the 49ers to win this game. Just because of the Chargers' inconsistent play, I feel like the 49ers are a better team anyway. So I did pick the 49ers to win. Jimmy G, 19 for 28, 240 yards. And I don't get why people hate on Jimmy G, man. Mitchell, he had 18 carries, 89 rushing yards. and no touchdown. But Brandon Ayuk, 6 receptions, 84 yards. No touchdowns on that one. So nobody on the top rushing, passing, and receiving got a touchdown, but Robbie Gould got some points, and Jimmy G actually got a QB sneak for a touchdown in the second quarter. And then Christian McCaffrey had a 2-yard touchdown run for the 49ers to put them up 19-16. And then Robbie Gould caps it off with a 22-16 victory. I did watch a little bit of this game. It was kind of a slow, methodical game. I wasn't really impressed with the Chargers or the 49ers, but good win for the 49ers.
Oh, yeah, I did notice that Elijah Mitchell came back.
Yeah. But Justin Herbert, 21 for 35, 196 passing yards. Not that good for 35 attempts.
Yeah,
21 one touchdown and 1 interception.
This might be his
Austin Eckler did not have anything going on the run game. Six carries for 24 yards.
That was their leading rusher too. So that's pretty sad.
Yeah. So they were
terrible, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't get anything going on offense against that against that 49ers defense. I mean, that's a tough defense, man.
Oh, well, they didn't have Keenan Allen. That's right. I think he's out for the year, right?
Yeah, he is out for the year, unfortunately.
That's the first time we've seen that. Oh, and then they didn't have Williams either. So
yeah, Mike Williams is out too.
That explains why they were inefficient in the throwing, because they were throwing it to literally a kick returner, DeAndre Carter.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when your offense is that poor, then you're probably not going to win the football game. And the 49ers have been pretty hot ever since they got inquired McCaffrey. So no shocker there. I picked the 49ers to win that one.
Yeah. But who'd you pick in this last game that we're going to talk about?
So, yeah, we did skip a few games here just due to time, because we like to go over the next coming games in Week 11. But I am going to finish up here with the Eagles and the Commanders. Commanders were at Philadelphia, and this is a shocker, okay? I don't think anyone expected this. Maybe someone just had a nice bet and just was like, you know what, Commanders are going to come in here and have an upset. And they ended up winning. They ended up winning 32-21. Now, granted, it should have been 26-21, but
that last play was fucked up.
You can't really count that. I mean, it's just like, oh, let's try to do something crazy so we can win type shit. So it was really closer than that score. It was. Excuse me, I'm still kind of sick. Taylor Heineke here. He had a 17 for 29, 211-yard game with 1 interception. So, he kind of played game manager and didn't really do anything spectacular, but they got the dub. Their defense played well. They did a really good job covering A.J. Brown. Quez Watkins was actually their leading receiver at 4 receptions, 80 yards, which is nothing spectacular. They had no running game, 12 carries for 54 yards. Pretty sorry. Jalen Hurts had 17 for 26, 175, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. So Commanders, they just had a really nice game defensively, and they do have some young talent there in the secondary. And they actually got rid of William Jackson, and just to show you that they maybe they didn't need him. So they wanted to try these younger guys, these bigger corners, aggressive guys, and it shows. I mean, they covered A.J. Brown well. They did a really good job. What you got here? McLaurin, 8 receptions, 128 yards. Good game from him. And then you got your guy Robinson Jr., 26 carries, 86 yards, 1 touchdown. So decent game from him. So, I mean, this game was pretty exciting. I watched most of it, but towards the end of the game there, it just turned out to be some costly turnovers for the Eagles. And there you go. The Commanders pulled it out. It is a shocker, but the Commanders have shown that they can be competitive. And they get the W here against the best team in the league, putting them at 8-1. What you got?
Damn, man. Yeah. My thought on So what was your thought on the Taylor Heineke kneel down and he got the
Oh,
penalty? What did you think?
uh, are you talking about? Oh yeah, that was yeah. I know what you're talking about there, where you got like hit or whatever.
Yeah, he got slung.
Yeah, that
Actually, he got slung.
I mean that was
The
pretty
deal was
funny,
like
honestly.
fucking 6 yards away, and
Yeah.
that's got to be one of the smartest football moves I've ever seen from a quarterback. You know,
Right.
like he rolled out, took a knee, right, and waited for the defender to either tag him or sling him down to the ground like he did. And yeah, they slung his ass down to the ground. Ref throws the flag. He knew right away. So he got back up and said, "Boom! First down, baby. Personal foul
Right. You
on
gotta
the
love his
defense."
energy, man. He does some spectacular things at times. I mean, he's just one of those guys. It's
He's
hard to
a
stay with
fucking
him.
smart dude.
He can
He
just
really
develop
is.
into a bridge quarterback at this point. He's not considered. You could consider him a backup, but he's kind of turning into that bridge quarterback guy where you
Yeah.
can have him maybe for a year if you need him.
Yeah. So Heineke or Wentz?
Uh, oh, that's a good question, man. So for this game, I don't think it really. So I feel like Wentz will give you more upside just because he does have a better arm as far as he can throw the ball further. He can make a couple more throws than Heineken can. But I mean, as far as like them turning the ball over, they're pretty high up in there and throwing some crazy throws at times. So I don't think it really matters in this game, man. I think it just was their defense that played well, and they were able to just have a big play here and there, and they end up getting the win here. I, I
Fuck,
I
man.
guess you could just say Heineken here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Heineke, man. I think the team builds off his energy, man. Like he's got really good energy, and he's a really smart quarterback when you watch him play. I mean,
Right.
yeah, he'll make a couple young mistakes. He's a young quarterback, you know. It's expected, you know. But I will say this, like Carson Wentz has been in the league long enough to prove himself, and I'm sorry, he hasn't really proven himself. I mean, yeah, he's had banged up injuries and whatnot, but he's had a couple of seasons where he could redeem himself, but he just wasn't the guy, you know? He wasn't the guy. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks because I liked Carson Wentz when he got drafted to the Eagles. I actually liked that pick, but just isn't meant to be, man. But that concludes the recaps for this week's for week 10. Now let's shift it on over to the predictions, which we got our Thursday night game on right now. We're not going to talk about the score. We're not going to talk about anything. We're just going to talk about our predictions uh, on who we have. Just a quick prediction. Just who do you have in this game and
Right.
why?
Yeah, I'm going with Tennessee right here, man. I actually choose. I think it's gonna be a. I think it's gonna be a slow, methodical game, and I'm excited to watch the rest of this game because I would like to see, Christian Watson get put in his place, kind of deal. Nothing against him. I just, he just definitely got bailed out by Aaron Rodgers throws, to be honest. And then
Yeah,
also you got yeah, I think Derrick Henry's gonna have a good game here. I think it's just gonna be a 150-yard game here for Derrick Henry, and I think they're gonna pull it out. I'm gonna say they're gonna win by 7.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, man. I think right now, with the way the Packers won that game against the Cowboys at home, they're
Yeah.
playing at home in Lambeau, so it's gonna be rowdy. It's gonna be tough to play in that area. I got Green Bay based off of the morale coming off of a big victory over a decent opponent. They're playing another decent opponent. Uh, Ryan Tannehill might have some trouble against that secondary for the Packers. But I'm going with the Packers in another close game. It could be overtime. It could not be. I got them by 3 here.
Okay. Very nice.
But
So we got Chicago and Atlanta next. Who you got on that one?
oof, tough game to call on this one. Um, obviously Justin Fields is doing some work on both sides. Potentially a 1,000-yard rusher and 2,000-yard passer in the next couple of weeks. I think Atlanta's going to have a lot of trouble with Chicago in this game. I'm going with Chicago by 17.
17? Wow.
Yeah, I'm giving
Holy
them that.
cow.
I don't think
insane.
Atlanta has a good defense.
Yeah, I think Justin Fields is finally clicking. I think he sees himself as, oh man,
Yeah,
I
they're
can
letting
run
them
over. Yeah, like I think he
they're
just
they're letting him play the way he's supposed to be used. I mean, look what he did over in Ohio State. I mean,
yeah,
that's the way he's supposed to be played as. Matt Nagy was not doing that. And now
yeah,
he's
he's
got a
definitely
coach that
developing.
is willing to let him play to his potential, and he's actually looking like a stud out there.
Yeah. I'm going for the Falcons, but I do pick the Chicago Bears to win here, and I'm picking them by 7 here.
All right, all right. Next game we're going to talk about is the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. Now, this is a weird scenario because due to their winter storm that's going on in Buffalo, they have to play at Detroit and Ford Field. So this is going to be a hell of a game, I think. Uh we're just 2 weeks away from Deshaun Watson coming back and playing against his home or his former team, the Houston Texans. But man, Buffalo is pissed off about that loss against Minnesota. I'm going Buffalo big in this game. I'm going fuck it, 17.
Yeah, man, I'm going for the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, they're my second favorite team as a personal preference. But yeah, I'm picking Buffalo to win here by 14. I think it'll be a closer game than people might think, but I just see Buffalo winning this game with pretty easily, honestly. So that's all I
Yeah.
got on that one.
All right, let's talk about the next game, Caleb. Your turn.
Well, we got Philly,
Yes, sir.
Philadelphia against the Colts here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with dang, should I? I don't know. No, I shouldn't.
Uh-huh. Are you
I'm
going
going
with
for
an
the
upset?
I'm going for the Colts, but I just see Philadelphia kind of having a bounce back here, and they're gonna end up winning by. I'll say it's gonna be close though. I'll say by 7.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Kato, but Jeff Saturday's going 2-0. I
That'd be
said
crazy.
if Philadelphia wins against the Commanders, they're going to lose to the
Too
Colts.
risky. Maybe if Philly would have won last week, I don't know, man. It's too risky. I think they're gonna be on their best.
Here's why I'm going to say this. I mean, look at the productivity that they had last week with the Colts. Their offensive line is actually blocking very well. Yes, the Philadelphia Eagles might have the best defense in the NFL. I will say that right now because their secondary is on point.
Well, yeah,
Their
they just
front
they
seven,
just added 2 run stoppers too to help against
yeah,
Jonathan Taylor.
Ndamukong is going to be there. I mean, it's
Jalen
going to be
Ball
a tough
Joseph.
game for Jonathan Taylor, but I think the Colts finally have the momentum riding their side. And excuse me. And I'm sorry, but I don't think Philly is going to win at a Indianapolis Colts game at Indy with the way they just won against fucking Las Vegas. I mean, yeah, Vegas is 2-7, but to me, records don't mean a damn thing right now. With a win just like that, they're riding on a high and Philly's riding on a low because they just fucking lost their first game of the season. Yeah, they're going to look for a bounce back, but it'll be a tough bounce back. I'm going with Indy by 3 in this game, three or less on the spread. But Indianapolis, they're on to something right now, and I fucking love it. But next game we're going to talk about, AFC East, AFC Beast matchup. We got the New England Patriots at home in Foxborough taking on the New York Jets. Both teams, young quarterbacks, young team in general. I mean, this could be a tough game for me to call. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Pats at home by 7.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking the Jets here by 3.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a lower scoring game. I think we're gonna see like a 17-14 kind of victory.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cold motherfucker there. So and
Definitely not a
just to
game I'm gonna
remind you,
tune in.
yeah, and just a reminder, Brees Hall is not playing in that game. He's out for the season.
Don't worry, they got James Robinson, man. He played a pretty good game last time.
Yeah, that's true. But I am going to stick to my guns. I am going to go with the Patriots by 7 in that game. But
yeah.
What's the next game, K-Dub?
We have the Rams at New Orleans. Actually, I'm excited to watch this game if I can.
Man.
I'm gonna go with. I want to go for the Saints, but I think I'm gonna pick the Rams to win here in kind of a close one. I'm gonna say Rams gonna win here by. I'm gonna say by 7 here.
Yeah, this is a tough one, man. Like, Rams are on a 3-game losing streak. Their last win was against Carolina on October the 16th. And then the Saints, their last win was against the Las Vegas Raiders in a shutout fashion in October 30th of this year. They lost pretty close games against the Ravens and Steelers. The Rams lost to the 49ers pretty bad. Lost to the Bucks by 3 in a sloppy game, and they lost to Arizona by 10. I don't know. That offense for Los Angeles looks very weak right now, especially with OBJ out of the picture. And man, and Matthew Stafford's questionable right now, so this is going to be a tough call. But I'm going to go with the Saints by 3 or less. I just don't see the Rams winning this game in the Superdome. Yeah, the Saints aren't that good this year. They're 3-7. Pretty disappointing display for both teams, especially for a defending Super Bowl champion for Los Angeles. But I just don't see the Rams winning this game. But next game is a much more exciting game to me. We got the Detroit Lions, the Motor City Cats, taking on the New York Giants, who's 7-2. Very interesting matchup. But I'm going to go with the Giants, and I'm going to say they're going to win by 4.
Okay. Yeah, ESPN's got the Giants having 65% here on the win probability. Yeah, man. I'm going to have to go with the Giants here, too. I am rooting for the Detroit Lions, but I am going to have to
both are.
for the Giants. And, I'd say the Giants are going to win by 10 here.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. What's your next game, bud?
1 second. What do we got? Who we got? We got Carolina at Baltimore. What you got on that one?
Ooh. Battle of the Steve Smith Bowl. Oh, man. Man, with the way the Ravens have been playing lately, I'm going with Baltimore. I think they're gonna blow Carolina out of the water. I think I'll get them by 21.
21. Yeah, I'm gonna root for the Ravens here as well. I'm gonna say again by 10.
Okay. Next game, got the Washington Commanders, who just came off of a big victory to take out the Giant, or the Titan, I should say, of the Philadelphia Eagles, where they're taking on a very tough 1-71 Houston Texans team. Don't get that record phased, because the Texans are primed and ready to go with anybody. They got Washington as a -3 favorite. I'm gonna go with the Commanders. I think they are gonna start Heineke in this game. I just think that the Texans are a young football team, and I don't think they're gonna be able to handle that pass rush from the Commanders. And not only that, the Commanders are looking really good on offense as of late. I got the Commanders winning this game by 10 points. Who do you got?
Yeah, I'm going Washington by 10 as well. I mean, they just shown that they can beat the best team in the league. So, yeah, I think they're kind of slept on at this point. And
Yeah.
I just don't see arguably the worst team in the league stopping that momentum at this point. I mean, it could be an upset, but yeah, I'm picking Commanders to win by 10 on this one.
Yeah, the reason why I have a weird feeling about this game is because Texans do play hard with everybody. They barely lost to the Eagles. But watch out for this game. I would put it as an upset alert, but I got the Commanders winning this game easy. What's your next game, and who you got?
We got the Las Vegas Raiders against the Denver Broncos at 3 p.m. game. So I am rooting for the Broncos. I do like Russell Wilson, which has just been a terrible season, and just something that we did not expect in the little trade deal we had. So I mean, but yeah, I am actually going to pick. Hold on, I gotta look at some antics here. I'm just curious. Okay, so Las Vegas has picked the win 63% by ESPN.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I'm trying to see if there's any key injuries or anything like that. Not really. Jerry
the
Jeudy's
Broncos, Jerry
questionable.
Jeudy and Kendall Hinton's out, and then Jonas Griffith and
Devontae Adams is
Bobby Moore.
questionable, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Denzel Perryman and Devontae Adams are questionable too.
I'm gonna just say the Raiders here. I'll say the Raiders win by. I think it's gonna be a close one. Raiders by 3.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I think that the Broncos are the most inconsistent football team in the NFL right now. I'm going with the Raiders by 6 in this game. I just think that it's going to be a low-scoring affair. Both defenses are going to play hard. But, fuck, man, I do not see the fucking Broncos winning this game. They are piss poor this season.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a disappointment for the organization for sure.
Yeah. Next game I got is the Minnesota Vikings hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Now the Cowboys just lost to the Green Bay Packers in a very shitty way. Y'all heard my rant already about it. But the Minnesota Vikings are riding on a high right now. They barely scraped out of Buffalo with a victory, and I will say this, man. I think Dallas is or Minnesota is for real. So I'm picking the Minnesota Vikings by 7.
Yeah, I agree. I'm picking the Vikings to win this one as well. I think it's just I just don't see how we're going to be able to stop Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook at the same time, and they could just blow up either way. And unless we got to Kirk Cousins and we really pressured him, then I could see we have a chance because I think our offense is going to score. Maybe not at will, but I think they're going to score a pretty good amount of points. At least 21 points, I'd say they can score because that
Right.
defense is not great, but it's a pretty good D that has their games. So I will say that I just don't think we're going to be able to finish the game really, and so yeah, Minnesota by 10 here.
To me, my biggest reason why I'm gonna go with Minnesota is because our fucking pass defense, like the corners last week, really concerned me after facing Christian Watson. How are they gonna handle Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, you know? But and also TJ Hawkinson. He's with the Vikings now, you know? And yeah, Dalvin Cook is going to be a threat, but I think we can handle Dalvin Cook. My question is the pass defense as far as the secondary. And also, what the fuck is our offense going to do? Are we just going to try to wear out Dak's arm? We don't need to wear out Dak's arm. We got a good running back in Tony Pollard and possibly Ezekiel Elliott's coming back too. He's questionable right now. And also Anthony Barr is questionable. DeMarcus Lawrence is questionable. Anthony Brown is questionable. You know, it's one of those things where I want to pick the Cowboys, but I just fucking can't. And it's tough, man. It really is.
Yeah, and if we don't have Anthony Brown, we're gonna get torched. Because not that Anthony Brown is great or anything, but he's a serviceable cornerback. He's
He's a
gonna make
very,
some
very
plays on some
yeah,
balls, meaning with deflections. He's not a big interception kind of guy, but he's
yeah.
he's kind of a feisty guy. He's not gonna get burned over the top very much, even though last year he did a lot. But he's a decent
He's definitely
cornerback, and
improved.
with him out, we are kind of just we don't really have much depth there at the position because Jordan Lewis has been out for a lot of games now, and he's a good player. So I just
Yeah,
don't see us, especially if Anthony Brown's out. I just don't see we're gonna have a chance here. There's too much firepower on that offense.
yeah, I agree. What's the next game, bud?
We got the Bengals at Pittsburgh.
Oh shit. Who do you got?
Uh, this game's not very intriguing to me. I'm picking the Bengals. I like the Bengals here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm going for the Bengals, and I am picking the Bengals to win this game. And I'm gonna say it's gonna be a closer one, and by 7. I don't have much to say about it though.
Yeah, I'm not really intrigued on this game. Pittsburgh's offense is really shit. All the guys, Najee Harris and George Pickens. I will say this: Jamar Chase is out, so it'll give Pittsburgh an advantage in this game. But I'm still going with Cincinnati to win this game by 3 in this game. Next game will be a Sunday night football game between AFC West rivals. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, who just came off of a win over the Jacksonville Jaguars, going to SoFi Stadium to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chiefs on this one. I think Patrick Mahomes and the wide receiving core is going to do what they do best and play some really good football. Travis Kelce's probably going to have another 100-yard game. Justin Herbert, he's just having trouble with these new receivers playing with him right now because Mike Evans and Keenan Allen are out. Austin Eckler did not have much in last game. So yeah, I'm sticking with the Chiefs, and I think they're gonna win by 10.
Yeah, I have to look into this game real quick. See who's coming back. If they got the wide receivers coming back, which I think Keelan Allen's out anyways. Let me see real quick. I mean, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams is questionable, but if they can have both those wide receivers come back and they can play, I'd go with
Then
the
it'd be
Chargers
a
here.
different story.
But I just don't. Without those two weapons, yeah, I just don't see it happening. I'll go KC here by 7.
Yeah.
I think it'll be
And
a
you got the
closer
last
game.
game.
But what's
Got
that?
the last game, brother. Where's it at? Who's playing, and who do you got?
You got San Fran at Arizona. Just by thinking about this game, I think it would be a good game. But yeah, no, I don't see it being very close, honestly. I'm still gonna roll with the 49ers here. I think they just got a great missing piece in McCaffrey, and I don't want to be sounding stupid. Let me see if he's actually playing. I think he missed last game.
No, he played. He played. He just didn't have enough yards to be on the stat. But he did get a touchdown in that game, though.
Yeah, because Kyler Murray's questionable. DeAndre Hopkins questionable. Even Colt McCoy as a backup is questionable. Byron Murphy, Buda Baker, all these key players on their team are questionable. I'm definitely going to ride with 49ers here. I think it's a safe pick. And they're going to just make that 5-4 record look even better here. And I don't think it's going to be very close. I say San Francisco by 21.
Yeah, I'm going to go with San Fran here. I think I'm going to be more on the 28-point side for San Francisco. Impressive win last week for Arizona, but you're playing against the fucking 49ers, not the Rams that have a lost identity, you know. So I'm going with the 49ers big in this game, 28 points. But that concludes the week 11 predictions. There is something I do want to talk about, though. As far as last night, I was touching a little bit on the Virginia shooting at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville. 3 players died, unfortunately. I already said my spiel on that. They did detain the suspect Monday. I don't even remember the guy's name, but fuck that guy. Kaleb, what's your thoughts on that, man, before we hop off here?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't hear anything about it since until yesterday on the your college podcast that you do. So that was definitely shocking to hear and very saddening to hear. Now I don't know the whole inside scoop and we don't got to get into it, but yeah, it's definitely it's definitely a horrible situation and you hate to see it happen, especially on these college campuses.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I already said my spiel on it. I had a 20-minute rant about it. But I just think we just need to have these kids better taken care of as far as like from elementary school or even daycare to the collegiate level, you know? I mean, it's bullshit that we even have to talk about this, you know?
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's tough.
Yeah, it really is tough. And I do want to say that ACC is going to allow all the participating all the participating schools to wear special decals for the Virginia Cavaliers that died in that shooting. And I hope that this is a lesson to be learned from anywhere. And man, what a shitty situation. But that concludes our podcast for tonight. You got any final thoughts before I hit our theme song?
No, man. I mean, I thought it was a great pod. I believe. I hope everyone's tuning in, and I really hope we can start to grow here. We've put out some bangers, and some things have been underlooked, and that's just sometimes how it is on YouTube. A lot of good YouTubers
Yeah.
and a lot of people on this kind of platform, and you really got to stand out. And I believe we've made it a point that we have stood out. And yeah, I just hope everybody tunes in and catches this episode. It's been a good one, and I hope everybody has a good weekend and stay safe.
Yeah, me too, man. For those non-subscribers, y'all better fucking subscribe. Like I said yesterday, you better subscribe. Um, but that being said, we are the best podcast on YouTube, soon to be Spotify, soon to be any other platform that we could take over. It's a work in progress. But we are the PMP. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Kaleb, good to see you, brother. We're going to stay on because of the theme song, and good night. My chubby hit, my 40 hit, my 40 hit. I don't care if you let how step, I don't care if you let how rip, I don't care if you let how step, I don't care if you let how rip. I got sauce, I got flavor, getting all this paper. I got sauce, I got flavor, getting all this paper. Plain Jane Paddock on my motherfucking wrist. They notice every time when I walk up in this bitch. Plus on walk up in this bitch, keep my clock up in this bitch. Plus on walk up in this bitch, keep my clock up in this bitch. My chopper hit, my chopper hit, my 40 hit, my 40 hit. I don't care if you let how step, I don't care if you let how rip, I don't care if you let how step, I don't care if you let how rip. Doing something different, and I had to switch it up. Turned up in my section, every night we live it up. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck. Doing something different, and I had to switch it up. Turned up in my section, every night we live it up. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck. This shit is exciting. Do it with our right team. My style, they biting. I'm striking like lightning. I'm bagging this bitch. I'm talking my shit. I'm bagging this bitch. I'm talking my shit. I'm about to get on your ass. I'ma just count me some cash. I'm about to get on your ass. I'ma just count me some cash. Doing something different, man, I had to switch it up. Turns up in my section, every night we live it up. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck.